It is the quiet coup that has happened right under our noses, a transfer of power so subtle, so elegant, and so absolute that the history books will struggle to pinpoint the exact moment the crown shifted. But make no mistake, the era of King Charles III, while technically still in effect, has morally and emotionally ended. We are now living in the age of the Waleses. We have been told for years to wait for the future, but the future has just walked through the gates of Buckingham Palace, strapped into a Range Rover, looking healthier, stronger, and more powerful than any monarch in living memory. The headlines are calling them the heart of the monarchy, a soft, fluffy title that sounds like a compliment, but in the ruthless Game of Thrones, being the heart means you are the organ that keeps the entire beast alive. If the heart stops, the body dies. And today, we have received the ultimate confirmation that without Prince William and Princess Catherine, the House of Windsor is nothing but a shell. We are witnessing a soft regency. We are witnessing the king stepping back, not out of weakness, but out of the sheer undeniable reality that his son and daughter-in-law have eclipsed him. They are the leaders. They are the stars. And as they arrived at the king's Christmas lunch this week, a triumphant return after a year of hell, they sent a message to the world and to the exiles in California. We are the show. We are the standard. And we are untouchable. Welcome back to the channel, the only place where we don't just read the press releases, we dissect the power dynamics behind them. If you believe that William and Kate have saved the monarchy from extinction and that their victory over the Sussex Squad is complete, smash that subscribe button right now. We need to talk about this new title, The Heart of the Monarchy, and why it is the final nail in the coffin for Prince Harry's relevance. Let's break down this seismic shift. For decades, the narrative was about the Queen. Then, for a brief, turbulent moment, it was about the transition to Charles. But now, as we look ahead to 2026, the narrative has settled. It has solidified around two people: the Prince and Princess of Wales. Royal commentators and insiders are no longer referring to them as waiting in the wings. They are calling them the absolute heart. Royal biographer Catherine Mayer captured this shift perfectly. She noted that they are being showcased not just as the future, but as the emotional core of the institution right now. This is a title earned in the trenches. It wasn't given to them by a decree. It was earned through the fire of 2024 and 2025. It was earned when Catherine faced her cancer diagnosis with a bravery that humbled the nation. It was earned when William balanced the weight of the state with the weight of being a husband and father in crisis. The source text highlights that this label speaks less to hierarchy and more to humanity. But I would argue it speaks to power, ultimate power. Influence is power, credibility is power, and right now William and Kate hold all the cards. Look at the change in deployment. There has been a noticeable strategic shift. William and Kate are no longer just cutting ribbons. They are front and center at key state moments. They are the face of diplomatic engagements. When a president visits, who does the palace deploy to charm them? William and Kate. When the nation needs to reflect on Armistice Day, who is the focal point? William and Kate. They have moved from supportive to central, and this is dangerous for anyone who opposes them. The report mentions that William's calm authority paired with Catherine's natural warmth creates a leadership dynamic that feels balanced. This is the good cop, bad cop routine perfected on a global stage. William is the statesman, the enforcer, the man who froze out his brother. Catherine is the empath, the mother, the woman who brings the nation to tears with a single video message. Together, they are an unstoppable political force, and let's talk about that "our idea" phrase. Mayer says Kate looks like our idea of a future queen. This is crucial. It means she has won the psychological war. The public has accepted her. She isn't just a royal by marriage anymore. She is the archetype. She reflects dignity without distance. This renewed sense of purpose carries immense weight following the year from hell. We must remember where we were. In 2024, the princess stepped back. The silence was deafening. The conspiracy theories, fueled by the Sussex bots, were vile. But when she revealed in January of this year that she was in remission, The moment wasn't just a health update, it was a resurrection. The report describes the moment as quietly triumphant. I call it a victory lap. True to form, she returned gradually. She didn't do a sit-down with a celebrity interviewer to talk about her pain. She didn't monetize her cancer. She chose substance over spectacle. She returned to the royal variety. She hosted her carol service. Each appearance was a brick in the wall of her legacy. And this week, we saw the culmination of that comeback. The pre-Christmas lunch at Buckingham Palace. This is a tradition. It's where the extended family gathers, around 70 members, the Gloucesters, the Kents, the minor royals. It is the King's party. But let's be honest, nobody was looking at the Duke of Kent. Nobody was looking at the King's cousins. All eyes were on the car carrying the Wales family. William, Catherine, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. The sight of them arriving together delighted royal fans, and for good reason. Remember last year? In 2023, they were absent. They spent the festive period privately in Norfolk while Catherine was undergoing treatment. The void they left was palpable. The event felt empty. It felt like a body without a heart, but their return this year felt symbolic. It was a sign of recovery, yes, but also of renewal. It underscored their growing role as the emotional anchor. When they walked into that room, the energy shifted. The king needs them. The extended family relies on them. They are the sun around which the rest of the solar system orbits. And seeing the children, George, Charlotte, Louis, reminds us of the continuity. They are not just preparing their children for future roles. They are modeling a version of royal life that feels grounded. This brings us to the inevitable comparison, the invisible cousins across the ocean. While William and Kate are parading their healthy, happy family into Buckingham Palace, cementing their status as the heart of the nation, where are the Sussexes? Where are Archie and Lilibet? They are ghosts. They are invisible children growing up in a Californian bubble, cut off from their heritage, cut off from their cousins, and cut off from the heart of the family. The contrast is devastating. William and Kate are showing us what a royal childhood looks like, duty mixed with normalcy. Harry and Meghan are showing us what a celebrity childhood looks like, isolation mixed with merchandise. The report says the monarchy's future depends on trust, and in William and Kate, the public sees a couple capable of bridging the gap. They honor history, but they lead with compassion. But let's look at the 2026 prediction. The experts are saying that as we look to 2026, this central role will only solidify. This implies that King Charles is effectively entering a semi-retirement phase. He will keep the title, he will sign the papers. But the work, the heavy lifting of hearts and minds, is being outsourced to the Waleses. This soft regency protects the king. It allows him to focus on his health, but it also protects the institution from him. Let's be honest, Charles is not the most popular royal. He has baggage. William and Kate are the Teflon couple. By putting them front and center, the palace is insulating itself against republicanism. And what does this do to Queen Camilla? We heard reports earlier about her jealousy, about the green-eyed monster. If William and Kate are now the heart, where does that leave the actual queen? It leaves her as the support act. It leaves her in the shadows. And if the rumors are true, this new dynamic where Kate is the star and Camilla is the extra is going to cause massive friction behind closed doors this Christmas. But the king seems to have made his choice. He adores Kate. He sees her as the savior. He credits her with holding it all together. Being called the heart is not just about being nice. It is about being indispensable. You can remove a limb. You can remove a spare. But you cannot remove the heart. This narrative is a direct refutation of everything Prince Harry wrote in Spare. Harry tried to paint William as trapped, as angry, as cold. He tried to paint Kate as rigid and baby-brained. But the reality we are seeing today proves Harry was wrong. William isn't trapped, he is leading. Kate isn't cold. She is the source of warmth for the entire nation. The heart narrative destroys the victim narrative. You cannot successfully attack a couple who are universally seen as the emotional leaders of the country. Every arrow Harry fires now just bounces off the armor of their popularity. As we head into 2026, the message is clear. The transition has already happened. We didn't have a coronation for it. We didn't have a proclamation, but the guard has changed. The softer monarchy, the report mentions, is a smarter monarchy. It is a monarchy that listens. It is a monarchy that doesn't complain. And it is a monarchy that has learned the hard lessons of the last 5 years. William and Kate have won. They have won the war of attrition. They stayed silent while they were attacked. They stayed dignified while they were mocked. And now, they are standing at the center of the stage, bathing in the applause, while the critics in Montecito are left screaming at an empty theater. This Christmas lunch wasn't just a turkey dinner. It was a victory feast. And as the family moves to Sandringham for the big day, the hierarchy is set in stone. The king is the head. But William and Kate are the heart, and as we all know, the heart rules the head. I want to know what you think. Do you agree that William and Kate are now the true leaders of the royal family? Is King Charles right to step back and let them take the spotlight? And do you think this Heart of the Monarchy title is the ultimate revenge against Harry and Meghan? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you stand with the Prince and Princess of Wales, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for the truth that the mainstream media is too afraid to tell you. Until next time, keep your eyes on the palace.